Okay, hello YouTube, hello CandlePowerForums. We're here today to talk about the Bruiser, which is a custom modified Mag 4D flashlight. This is in the hotwire category. It uses a giant super bulb in there, and lots of cells. You can see these titanium PowerMax 1800s on my desk here. There's 20 of them going to go in this Mag 4D. Now typically you can't fit 20 cells into a 4-cell flashlight, but this guy here has been honed out, and the switch has been heavily modified and moved north a little bit toward the lamp, and we got some real custom stuff going on with the tail cap here. This tail spring is only used for mechanical placement of the contact board. You can see there's no metal on this side of it, and the reason for that is that there are 4 channels of 5 cells each in this light, and it's gonna start with a contact point in there, go into the switch, and the other contact point going to ground, and the body of the flashlight isn't really used to carry any of the current like it traditionally would. I don't know if you can see in there. I hope the camera's getting this. There's 4 contact points in there, okay, and then there's these 2 metal rods that are just used to guide the cells in place, and also to align with the holes on the contact board here. That's the battery side. That's the side that faces that tail spring. You can see there's some instructions on there. You never want to use any metal to retrieve this. Use your pinky finger or something, or a plastic crochet hook. I coated some epoxy on these metal things here, but God forbid you never want to short those 2 out, because battery shorts with batteries capable of this kind of discharge would be real dangerous. But enough of the scary stuff. Let's get to the fun stuff. Okay, bulb that's in there right now is my favorite bulb to use in this light because it gives the most run time, and it focuses really nice in this aluminum orange peel reflector, and that is the Osram Halostar. Got to read the box because I never remember this. 64440S. It's an axial filament bulb. Basically, the filament goes like this up the bulb instead of across, and that makes for a real nice focus. But most importantly is that this is a 4,000 hour bulb. 4,000 hour bulbs can really be overdriven quite heavily as opposed to bulbs with shorter lifespan, which you still have to stay in the range of the voltage. So the spec on this bulb is only 12 volts. Now we got 20 1.2 volt batteries there, so open pack voltage is 24 volts. Under load, even these superb batteries are going to sag a little bit, but what's really happening is we're pushing this 50 watt bulb to more like 125 watts, 150 watts, because we're driving at a much higher voltage than 12 volts. And it should give you a real nice white light. Now the cells are used but not distressed. You charge them up, they should treat you well for quite a while. These are fantastic cells, very low resistance, low sag. Cans are not crushed, never had a short. You will notice that when you get these cells, some of them have little Kapton tape on them, where these metal rods, unfortunately, before I put the shrink that's on there now, the shrink tubing protecting the threads. But there was a time when the threads were exposed, and some of the shrink might have gotten scuffed on its way down the tube. So I put Kapton tape on there just to protect. So anyway, back to the loading of the cells. If you look inside the light here, remember those 4 contact points? I find that the easiest way to load the cells is to just go in order, 1 column of cells at a time. Trying to get 4 wide down the tube and line them up, not really easy to do. I think I've kind of perfected the method for this. Anyway, why don't you watch me do it, and then when you own the light, you can follow this video. So I'm going to start with the positive contact point. Not that it really matters, but if you're as particular as I am, then you might actually want to load your batteries in a specific order, from the highest charge to the lowest. They should always be balanced, but sometimes you get ones that are a little bit more juice than others. Have to come with the charger. That'd be the contact point that goes right to where the center spring used to be. That's your positive. That's your number 1, and that goes right to the switch. So on that contact point, and it's marked red, positive end of the battery down. We're just going to slide it down the tube until it hits the bottom, and it's kind of riding along that guide rail there that I installed. And just going to put the next one in, and keep going until we get all 5 vertically in that column. Okay, so now we got 5 batteries, and you can see it makes it almost all the end of the tube there. And next up will just be the one that is electrically next. Now obviously the last one is going to be that other contact point. I don't know if you can see it now. That isn't bridged to the other one. Okay, that's the negative. That's going to go directly to the bulb in the Caillou socket there. The other 2 are bridged to each other, and that's because these 4 columns are all in series. So it starts with the column of batteries I have in there now. It goes up, current goes across piece of metal inside this contact point, down, right, across on the bottom, up, across the other contact point, and then down to the negative. Okay, so that's how we get 20 AA's in series inside the Mag 4D. So my next set that I'm going to slide down is going to be facing this way, right, because it's going like this. And you can see I've labeled inside the tube with marker, negative, positive, negative, positive. Okay. And with the positive tip facing up, I'm just going to slide that down opposite the column batteries I put in. I'm going to repeat that process just as before. Okay, and I'm working my way over to the next stack of batteries. Now these go point down. Okay. And you can see I'm pretty good at this. You will get it too, I promise. Okay, and then the last ones go, what do you think? Opposite direction, obviously, right? So, positive point up. Oop. There we go. There's a little bit of play in these rods here because they're not fastened anywhere except for at the very bottom. There's a super long tube, so you can mush them around a little bit if you need to. Okay, now how hard was that? That was pretty easy, right? 20 cells went right in. I'm going to look at my contact board, battery side down, right? Okay. I even labeled over here switch because I felt like it fit a little better one way or the other, but the fact of the matter is that whether you line that up, that or that, it's all the same. These holes, right, will keep you from ever putting it in the wrong way. Putting it in like this isn't going to do any good because these contact points need to face the battery. Okay, but as long as those two holes line up with the two rods, everything's keyed, you're good. You put that in. Okay, help the holes into the rods. It's now ready to go. This spring, not for electrical contact, okay? It just pushes down, keep everything happy. Not a lot of spring tension in there, that's why those cans still look good, they're not crushed, okay? Tighten it up, and we're done. That's it, we're good to go. And there it is. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah. Feel the heat coming off of that. Let's go take some beam shots. Thanks, CPF. Okay, we are outside now. And it's not what I would call pitch black, but it's pretty dark. You can see we got some moonlight. And this is the 20 AA Bruiser in action. The camera's auto iris, and does a pretty good job of compensating for the searing bright light that's being projected right now. But you can see this is a no joke, super bright light. It really fills the whole yard. Back of the house. Alright, that's it.